Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the second round of the group stage of Cheeseadelphia 2025. Again, it's been an intense tournament already here, but we have our next matchup. We have our TvT, and spawning in the bottom hand corner of Tokamak, we have the red Terran player. We have the American Terran. It is Jheffe. Jheffe, and spawning in the top right hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the other American Terran player, the blue Terran. It is FoxeR. And if you're in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chats as we jump into our TvT. And oh my god, it's gonna be a short one. It's as the initial SCV is sent across the map, getting ready here for a proxy. Now, what's important though is that there's only one SCV. Interesting. So we have a Rax back at home and what looks to be a Rax across the map. So not a committed proxy here by Jheffe, but proxy nonetheless. And again, if you're in the chat, best of luck. Get your gamma going as predictions are open for a little bit longer. As the second Rax is thrown down. So 2 Rax Reaper, 1 at home, 1 across. This does make it more difficult to scout, but it also means it's going to be that much weaker as the second Reaper is going to take that much longer to reinforce across the map. Likewise, FoxeR moving out with his own standard SCV scout timing. And back at home does open up single gas. Okay. So single gas opener out of FoxeR means he's going for a faster command center, a faster CC, a delayed factory. This is going to be more ideal for our red Terran, for Jheffe. Is going to be more ideal. Oh, I haven't seen that spray before. Okay. As we throw down the sprays, there's that command center. Again, we can see FoxeR, he doesn't go in. He doesn't go further in. He's not fully aware of what's happening. And we're going for a proxy marauder. Okay, let's go. I assumed it was just going to be a proxy 2x Reaper, but no, never mind. It's going to be a little bit more fancy than that. Marauder. Oh no, wow, he scouts, he checks, he does confirm, and he does get eyes on the concussive shell, on the tech lab, on the proxy. Wow, he does scout, he is aware. Behind this, cancel up on the high ground. There we go. Bunker is on the way, cancels the CC. Setting up in the main. Is setting up. Now, on the one hand, great scouts and a great reaction, but remember, it's still going to be a delayed reaction here. Remember, it was still a CC before factory, so the factory is delayed. It is late. Second bunker is being thrown down. But at the same time, it takes that much longer for these marauders to really come online. If this was proxy 2x Reaper, this would have already hit by now. It would have already hit. Alas, FoxeR has time to prepare. Time to set up. Behind this, Jheffe going for his factory. CC on the high ground for FoxeR. Does move out. Jheffe moving in. And trying to break this line of bunkers, it's not going to be easy. Oh, does get the Marine though. Oh, that was a bit of an overstep there from FoxeR. Takes down the Marine. Likewise, there's 0 units here to defend. Yeah, there's no units, just SCVs. Workers are going down. 1 Marine will pop out. Just the 1 Marine. We just avoid the bunker. Yeah, we avoid the bunker. The army is going to be cornered. Uh-oh. Yeah, the army is cornered. Marauders, they do tank. SCV is going to be going down. So far, it's going to be 9 SCV kills. That's a lot of economic damage. The tank will eventually clean up. At the same time, Reapers, they get across the map. So that's going to be 14. 14 SCVs going down for FoxeR and 7 going down for Jheffe. Oh, as boys are being pulled. Another Marine gets targeted. Getting up to 7, 8. 9 SCV kills. Hellion has arrived. And here we get 10. Oh, we can. So 10 versus 14. Oh my god. Brutal damage here from both sides. The problem though is that there's still no expansion. There we go. CC's now on the way for Jheffe. Meanwhile, FoxeR's is already done. It's already done, morphing into an orbital. As it all settles, Jheffe still does have a worker lead. So slightly ahead in economy. At least for the time being, until the natural base is taken for FoxeR. So we have somewhat of a back and forth. So the cane will calm down. Gonna calm things down. Again, as it all settles here, Jheffe temporarily does have the worker lead. From here, going into his own tank production. Likewise, FoxeR does have that tank lead himself. He's up 2 tanks already. And right now the pressure is on Jheffe to contain, to try to in some way delay the expansion, but I don't think he can. Just has to want Hellion to at least give him some information, just to let him know. Until then, CC is done on location. You can see FoxeR, he's closed that gap. Now down only 2 SCVs. And he's catching up. Okay, and after a dynamic early game, we're gonna slow things down and build up into a mid game. Third TC for FoxeR, so he's just rushing into a third. Meanwhile, Jheffe going into his own 2-1-1 setup. From here, we can work towards Stim, getting into Raven production, into Interference Matrix. FoxeR, he is aware. He's aware of the Raven disadvantage, I should say. But welcome to Tokamak. We didn't really get to talk about it, but Tokamak is one of the larger maps of the map, one of the more defensive maps as well. If we were to slow down and get into a 3-4 base setup and max out and get into a longer game, I mean, this is the map for it. 100%. This map is built for that. So we're keeping an eye open here on Jheffe. Basically, we're waiting to see, do we throw down extra production buildings or do we go for a third CC? As the third base is not maintained for FoxeR, FoxeR now taking an economic lead. Does claim his third. Does claim his third base. Jheffe has yet to do it so himself. Still just building up. Jheffe instead working on his upgrades. Stim is almost done. +1 has begun as well. But he's just not aware of what's been happening. He's unaware about the expansion. He's falling behind. And he has to commit. Yeah, here comes the Unsiege. Now this army has potential. Remember, he has Stim, so he can dive in. He can dive on top of the siege line. Speaking of, oh, does catch a Raven. Nice pickup. Takes down the Raven. There are 2 Ravens left. Interference Matrix is almost done. Now he's aware. Does see the siege line. And with help of these Ravens, oh, almost gets another. He can try to break this. Remember, the Marine count is very low on this army, or with this army. Just a handful of Marines. Jheffe, he has potential. FoxeR spreading out. Jheffe rotating over. Behind this, does get his own third. His army gets spotted. FoxeR, he does go for the mass on siege, trying to reposition. Does race over. Jheffe, where are we headed? Does go for the double drop. FoxeR does siege. Ooh, tank shot. Yeah, the tank bully does go off. And Jheffe, he cannot break through. Not like this. Meanwhile, FoxeR, he is distracted, dropping into the mineral line. Not bad. Does distract, does cause the entire army to respond. Getting a couple of SCVs. Zoning back the army at the same time, Jheffe moving in. And does he disable it in time? He does. He gets 1, 2, he gets 3 of the tanks, throws out the auto turrets, but does he have enough army here? Not enough Marines. Yeah, there's not enough. The boys are being pulled, tanks are going to go down. FoxeR will hold. FoxeR, he will hold on at the same time, though the drop in the main base is getting out of hand. Oh my god. Takes down the Ravens, takes down the Bio. Damage is being done. May have lost all of his tanks, and oh, he's rallying into the army. He has to watch that rally. Jheffe getting too excited. But he does take over the main. Oh. Does take over. Now dropping on the tanks. Does go for the unsiege. Here comes the auto turrets. And Jheffe looks like he might barely have enough. It's close. He gets one. He gets two. He gets three. Takes down all the tanks. Not bad. Barely takes down all the tanks. He does have the upgraded advantage as well. He has medics. He has marines. He has upgrades. And he does it. He breaks the third. He breaks the main. FoxeR barely cannot keep up. Just barely. And again, shout out to the MVP double drop. Did so much in the main. 210. How many? 55 SCVs? Oh my god. That's crazy. 55 workers going down. And with that, so FoxeR, he has been crippled. He's down to 30 workers, down to barely an economy. Jheffe pulling back. Remember, he's got his third base up and running. He is a little bit vulnerable here as he has no defensive tanks. He did bleed out his tanks earlier. But at the same time, FoxeR going for his own double drop. But there's no other distraction, right? There's no other second push. Jheffe can focus on solely this. Drop gets spotted. Jheffe rotates. FoxeR is deflected. Going back in. Does double back. Oh no, he's waiting. Oh my god. Jheffe is waiting for him back. Aye, aye, aye. Is in position. Drops are being deflected, and Jheffe, he can just chill and just max out. From here, he can just max out. And then just commit. Already pushing. He preserved the Ravens from earlier. He hasn't lost a single Raven so far, so he still has those disables. And behind this, only one tank. Only one tank in position. He doesn't even have to disable. He'll go for it, just to be efficient. Double drop into the natural. Turrets, oh, they defend the main. Third base is gonna fall. And this double drop does get the mineral line. Yeah, no reaction there from Jheffe. It doesn't pull away the workers. The drop is doing damage, but that's gonna be a kill. That's gonna be a kill at the third. And honestly, you can just keep going. Jheffe can just keep on pushing, and he will. He stims in, just one tank to defend. From here he can stim, and he can win, but he takes down the tank, takes down the other, boards are being pulled. Folks are getting desperate, and Jheffe starts off with a win. GG, Jheffe will take game number 1. Whew. GG. An intense game 1. As we are now getting into game number 2. But again, an intense game there out of Jheffe. Again, early on, it was very shaky. We started things off with the proxy, and likewise, it was a little bit back and forth there. Workers going down from both sides. Workers did go down. If you recall, it all began with 14 SCV kills across the map. And with that, took a slight lead. Of course, FoxeR, he was recovering, and I'll be honest, FoxeR did a great job at rushing to that third base, getting up to his 3-base economy. He did have the tools to defend. The real MVP of that game, if you remember, was the double drop, right? The double drop coming into the natural and then dropping into the main as well thereafter. FoxeR, he had the army to hold on, but he barely wasn't able to keep up. He barely did miss the drop initially, and it got out of hand. It got very quickly out of hand. With that, Jheffe was able to pull him apart. Now we're getting into game number 2. Let's go. Jumping into game 2. Game 2 is going to be on ley lines. We go. And personally, I'm hoping for an ace match. I'm hoping for a back and forth. I want to see us go the distance. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of ley lines, we have our American Terran player, the Red Terran, leading the series 1-0. It is Jheffe. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the American Terran player, we have the Blue Terran. It is FoxeR. Let's go. Let us go. Oh no, I see the copy passes in the chats. Oh no. Look, I'm not one to gloat. That's really not my style. But if I'm being honest here, I'm extremely, almost suspiciously tight with Jheffe. Like, text me first kind of tight. Oh my god. So tight. Like, inside jokes and unspoken understanding levels of tight. I'm not saying I'm the favorite, but I'm also not saying that. Este Jheffe. Ay, ay, ay. True, when I think of tight, I think of Jheffe. Not like this. So getting into game 2. Now as a reminder, Jheffe did start things off with a proxy racks across the map in the previous game, with mixed success is what I will say. I mean, he was able to get 14 SCV kills, so that's true. That was quite successful. This time, though, we are going for a double gas. Double gas opener out of FoxeR, going for a faster factory. I can say the same for Jheffe, going for a second gas geyser into a faster factory. No one is going for any kind of more economic opener, not like last game, and likewise, there's no proxy either. Both players, in a way, being safe. Both players playing safe. Just in case there was any kind of proxy on the map, this would be a secure way to shut it down. From here, we can go into earlier Hellions and earlier Cyclones. Jheffe does scout for a proxy, does check the third location, and pulls back. Likewise, FoxeR doing the same, checks a third, and then backs off. So both players being very safe here. Again, proxies are relatively common in TvT, so both players just being secure. So yeah, massing up our Reapers. To have our 1-1-1 follow-up here. From the side of Jheffe. Interesting. So our Red Terran does open up initially with a Hellion, then into the add-on. Oh, sorry, into Widowmine, my apologies. I was looking at the other player. Into a Widowmine follow-up, which is not often seen here. It's going to be a little bit more defensive. We'll see if we can catch out any units. FoxeR poking in, ideally wants to delay the CC. Ooh. But Jheffe does react in time. Does react, does set up. And he's hiding that Widowmine under the Hellion. Does hide it. FoxeR committing in. Mine shot's about to go up. Up! Does retarget. Ooh, takes down two Reapers. Yeah, 2 Reapers do go down, and with that he shuts down the push. Takes down the Hellion, 1 Hellion left. And Jheffe, he defends, he cleans up everything. Ay, ay, ay. Solid defense here from Jheffe, back at home. Do you see FoxeR getting to his own tank production? Tank production underway. Building up towards the mid-game. Meanwhile, Jheffe going into his Ravens once again. So early Raven production, delayed tanks out of our Red Terran. FoxeR heading in the same direction, also going for his own Raven. Ravens are amassing. I mean, we saw how impactful they can be in TvT. We saw that in the last game. And this time, a bit of a twist here. A bit of a role reversal, I should say. Faster third base out of our Red Terran. Okay. Is going for the faster third. Hellion Reaper into the mineral line. Gets 1 SCV. And depending on how late the third base is for FoxeR, this is going to force his hand. It's going to force him to be the aggressor instead. To be about to try to punish Jheffe. We'll see if he can. Jheffe doesn't quite commit. There are TCs on the way. It is going to be later for FoxeR, but on the way nonetheless. So both players are building up. And we're slowing things down. As opposed to the previous game, we're calming things down. Both players are expanding. There's no one pressuring each other to push. We're going to settle in. As thankfully, we're at least not getting into mech. We do have our bio tank set up here. Extra racks is going to be on the way for both FoxeR and Jheffe. Jheffe going to be the first to move out. Okay. And again, we do have comparable armies. I don't know if he really intends to commit in and try to break this position. He does go for the disable. He goes for it. Gets one, gets both tanks. Nice counter disables. Yeah, all the tanks on the Ravens as well. Despite that, Jheffe does break through. He takes down one of the tanks. He gets one. And he barely gets the other. Takes down both tanks, pulls away. And a better trade for the Red Terran. And he still has energy, by the way. He still has energy. He still has another disable. He can keep pushing. The Viking has right. Oh, 2 Vikings though. For FoxeR. Gets 1 disable up. Yeah, boys are being pulled. FoxeR holds. FoxeR, he's holding. Jheffe did lose 1 Raven in the process. Did lose 1. Boys are there to repair. And he will lose. Oh, almost another Raven. Yeah, Jheffe, he has to get the hell out of here. Has to pull away. Viking gun in favor of FoxeR. And if he doesn't go for the unsiege, then he's just going to be pounced upon. Speaking of, he will barely lose 1 tank. 1 tank goes down. But overall, this was a better trade. A better trade for the Red Terran. He was able to contain behind this 3rd CC. 3rd CC is fully operational. This entire time, FoxeR was contained on 2 bases, just now expanding. Likewise, did have some better trades here for Jheffe. Pull away. Does reinforce. Stimming in. Yeah, tanks are just now siege. They were a little bit late. There's that first disable. And Jheffe, oh, can he break through this? Oh, not quite. Yeah, not quite. Does overextend. That was not the fight he wanted to take. Got a little bit too excited. And Jheffe now is in trouble. Has to back up. Back up, does hard down both Ravens. Oh my god. Very nice snipes. Takes down the Ravens, takes down the tank as well. Better trades here from Jheffe. So he does pull away. Does pull away, Liberator into the main. A late reaction, doesn't pull away with the SCVs. Yeah, 6 SCV kills. Ooh, Raven did get hunted down. Wait, did it? Barely not. Raven did survive. Raven survived. Damage was done. Economically, we do see FoxeR ahead in workers. But still very clutch. Very close. Tank counts are neck and neck. The one advantage that Jheffe has is that 1 Raven. So he does move out. FoxeR, he's ready. He will get 1 tank though. At least he tries to. Yeah, nice stim. Takes down both tanks. FoxeR holds. He's holding on. And the game will continue. Whew. The game will progress. 4th base only for FoxeR, 4th base for Jheffe as well. Both players expanding, building up, getting into the upgrades, and getting into that later game state. Jheffe, they're still being active. He's not stopping. I get spotted. He's spotted. FoxeR rotates. Likewise, drop into the main or into natural. FoxeR, he does have reinforcements. He will clean this up. Jheffe does hold. He's still just searching for a way in. I do appreciate the FoxeR. He just keeps sending out these scouting marines. He just keeps spotting these rotations. Ooh. Jheffe cannot break through this. Please, that's some Marines at the same time pushing on the left-hand side. Barely does not get into the mineral line. FoxeR is holding. Oh, did I speak too soon? No turrets. No turrets in position. Double drop into the mineral line. We've seen this before. Does nice some workers going for the upgrades. And +2 is going to be denied. Takes on one upgrade. At the same time, drop into the main. Gets cleaned up as well. Nice defense here by FoxeR. Everyone, nice defense. Takes down 3 full medevacs. 2 on the main and 1 at the natural. FoxeR, he defends. Meanwhile, just some Viking harass in the main. Did have some Vikings. And FoxeR does take a supply lead. Again, they just cleaned up 3 full medevacs. And now it's time to push. Now it's time to break out. Now, despite the supply lead, a lot of it is in Marines. Ooh, as he does snipe the Raven. But even with a smaller army, Jheffe can make a stand. As long as there's siege in time. Yeah, FoxeR cannot break through. Does go for Marine run by. Oh, Jheffe caught unsieged. Yeah, one tank goes down. He's going to lose another and another. Jheffe is being broken, losing every single tank. Doesn't siege in time. It gets caught out. And that's going to be game. That's going to be game. That was every tank going down. Only Marines remaining. FoxeR is moving in. And again, we're looking to force an ace match. GG gets called. FoxeR, he does tie things up. We are going to game 3. GG. Whew. GG, well played. FoxeR does take the game, and now we're going to the ace match. Again, Jheffe, he was being so aggressive this game as well, being very much so in the face of FoxeR, and finding some success here, but if you recall, did lose 3 full medevacs. It was not quite worth it trying to drop into the bases and trying to be overly aggressive. That did leave an opening. On top of that, he was having a hard time keeping up with the rotations of FoxeR. GG. GG, well played. FoxeR found the opening, found a way through, and now we're going all the way to game 3. Here we go. So getting into the ace match. Oh god, all the Terrans are convening. Sorry, I'll show you guys. Looks like the players, they do need a moment. They do need a moment. But we have Epic on the left. We have Epic. He's in the Sidestorm shirt or Sidestorm jersey. We have Epic. We have Joe on the right as well. Joe is of course the organizer of the event. Joe in the plain gray shirt. So big shout to Joe for making this event a reality. I believe that's right. Let's go. Let's go. Geralt is off screen. Geralt is on the right hand side. He was just playing. Just playing. I'm just here for the beefy boy from Last Cheese. Where's the beef? Our beefy boy is over on the left. We saw him earlier. I'm sure we'll see him again. We'll see him back. We'll see him. But it's also understandable. Yes, yes. We all want the. Oh, there he is! Oh, let's go! He's beautiful. He's looking after the stream. He's there. He's there, Pat. Oh, the beef. Oh, God. Future was showing up earlier as well. Dolan is next to Epic. So Dolan is on the left, next to Epic. On the right, I'm not too certain who that is. But Dolan, he's in all black. All black. We don't have a wave emote? Unfortunately not, unfortunately. We'll get one, we'll get one. We kind of have a wave. We have. It kind of works. Kind of works. But yeah, really cool to see everyone interacting, of course. I still want like I would still love to see like an introduction of like some of the other players as well. Ideally would be great to see. You might see Pili Pili later. Pili Pili, I think he's in his Genji jersey. I saw someone in a Genji jersey who I believe is Pili. Oh. Meanwhile, we have our game. Game. Oh, right. We also saw StarKiller. StarKiller, he was off screen earlier, but I'll point out StarKiller when we see him. Oh, it's jumping in. Jumping in. Yo, shout out to Dropship Magic in the chat. God, baby God, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for subscribing for 19 months. That's a lot of months. That's a lot of months of support. Thank you. Thank you. Papi Chulo holding it down, bringing the best history games to the plebs. Oh no. We do what we can, Papi. We do what we can. The best StarCraft. Let's go. What you're saying, lad, is we need a player profile photo shoot. Yes, yes. That's what we need. Krista, oh, was that Krista? Oh, there you go. Krista was there. But now we're getting into the next game, getting into the ace match here of the series. The ace match of our TvT. Let's go. As spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Pylon, we have our American Terran player, the Red Terran, being forced into the ace match. Can he bring it back? It is Jheffe. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the American Terran player, the Blue Terran, representing Blem. It is FoxeR. Again, forcing the ace match, bringing us all the way to game number 3. And we'll see how this story ends. We'll see where we take us as the SCV does zoom out across the map much earlier here from FoxeR. Hello. What's going on? The SCV does rally here towards the bottom left hand corner, and we are setting up for what looks to be an early proxy. Just the one SCV though. So we have one Rax back at home and the one proxied across the map. Now the last time we saw this was actually from Jheffe, where he went for a Rax at home and a proxy Marauder setup. This might be proxy to Rax Reaper though. As our eyes are on this one SCV, there's a Rax. And we'll see if he goes for the Marauder variation or for the Reaper variation instead. Regardless, it is now FoxeR's turn to proxy. No fear, we're in the ace match, by the way. We're in the ace match here, no fear, no fear. Meanwhile, Jheffe does go out with his SCV scout, does move out. Back at home, economic opener. Single gas here out of Jheffe, so he's going for a faster CC on the low ground. Bold move here on Pylon, very bold move. Does scout the main, does see both gases being taken, so there should be a factory, there should be a delayed CC. And he doesn't stick around. Does not stick around to find out. Otherwise, he would notice that the factory would not be thrown down. He would notice that something was wrong. And there it is, 2x Reaper. So 2x Reaper out of FoxeR. And this is going to be a tough hold. It's not like an auto win or anything like that. But because we're going for a faster CC, it does mean that we will have a late Hellion to support. Likewise, Jheffe moves out with the Reaper. Oh. He does move out, so he doesn't have much at home to defend. Gonna have a Marine. And the Marine is not gonna fare well against these Reapers. as here comes FoxeR going for 3. Jesus. He's going for a 1 base all in. Ay, going for the proxy factory as well. He's crazy. He is crazy going for the proxy factory. Reapers, they do hit the natural. They will delay the CC. And they can do more than that. SCV goes down. Again, just the 1 Marine on the high ground. The Reaper does race back home. Jheffe does race back. He's now aware. Seeing 2 Reapers is a tell. Now he knows. As we are waiting for the Hellions, waiting for extra Reapers. Again, because 1 is at home, it does take a little bit longer to reinforce. But he will delay once again, just barely, 99%. Yeah, the CC does not complete, takes down the Marine. Reapers are on the straight, Hellions are on the way, but it's too late. He went for the reactor first as well. Ay. And SCV's up fully. The Hellions for the low ground. Yeah, Hellion shots, they pop up. Shuts down the SCVs. Oh, has to respect the Hellions though. 2 Hellions on the high ground. More Hellions are on the way. Jheffe, he's holding on. Oh, so another SCV goes down. And we're going for a proxy cyclone. God damn. Going for the cyclones. Oh, the Reapers do line up. Hellions, they will shut this down. Yeah, just in time as well before the cyclone does reinforce. So nice clean up here from Jheffe. He can now finish up that CC. Behind this, FoxeR is expanding. He's also transitioning back at home. Or at least trying to. Yeah, cyclone races back. Whew, and the game will continue. And again, it was so important there that he was able to break through that army when he did. Otherwise that cyclone would have reinforced. And that could have been game. Could have been game. Behind this, going for Marauder production. Okay, setting up for a drop. Very interesting. I would imagine waiting for the second Marauder before moving out. Back at home, FoxeR scrambling for a defense. FoxeR is up 10 SCV. Jesus. Up heavily in the worker count, but will that matter? Because here comes the counterattack. Here come the 6 Hellions, the Reaper, and more importantly, the Marauders as well. The Marauders are coming in. He does rush past the bunker. Can he focus at the Cyclones? Marauders are moving forward. They do try to get 1. Yeah, they try to send them away. There we go. 1 Cyclone does fall. The other forced to pick up. And he has control of the low ground. He has control of the main as well. Dropping into the main base, going for the mineral line. SCVs are getting roasted. Getting 9 SCVs so far. They're lining up. Oh my god. They do line up. Brutal connections. Nice save though. Very nice save. Up. The medevac. He goes for the scan and the medevac does not get away. Ay. Takes down the medevac. Does defend, and FoxeR, he holds on. Behind this, he's down 4 SCVs, but he does survive. Still has the factory out there, by the way. That is going to be a little bit awkward. Is he going to make tanks? He's making tanks across the map. He's crazy. I mean, he's counterattacking. Okay, true. Is proxying his tanks. Jheffe is looking very vulnerable, by the way. He has 1 tank of his own. He has 2 Marines. This is the army. 2 Marines and a tank. It's not going to be enough. No shots. The 1 tank does siege. But I believe FoxeR should have 2. Yeah, second tank is now moving in. Oh. Reaper into the main. Tanks, they can get within range of the CC. And they are. Ooh, going for the dive. Boys are being pulled. Can he focus on the tank? He can. Just barely. Tank goes down. And this is going to become critical damage here. So many SCVs going to be falling. Going to be getting up to 9. Getting up to 10. Oh, it does focus on the Viking. And that's going to be everything. That's going to be everything here at the natural. 15 SCV kills. 0 tanks remaining. Got some auto turrets. They will buy some time. But FoxeR, he's done it. GG gets called. There's nothing left to defend. And FoxeR, he will take the series 2-1. Taking down Jheffe. GG. Whew. GG, well played, Jheffe. He will, sorry, FoxeR, he will take this series. Jheffe, he did start things off with a bang with game 1, and likewise, game 2 was very close, very cluttery back and forth, but alas, here in game 3, FoxeR with the proxy did catch Jheffe with his pants down, committed not just with the Reapers, but with the Cyclones and tanks as well, which is crazy, by the way. It was crazy, it was wild, but does a breakthrough. And with that, FoxeR, he will take a very important win here, and we'll see what that means for the rest of the bracket, as I believe round 2 is wrapping up.